So as you can see, I'm in a hotel room at the moment. We departed with the helicopter earlier from Oslo airport, and the weather was not as good as we expected it to be. So finally we decided to turn back and land in Oslo, and we have now decided to delay the flight, and I think the helicopter will be going tomorrow to Scotland. And because I have an important meeting in Scotland, I will continue the flight with the plane. So tomorrow morning I will be leaving with my plane, and we continue vlogging from that point with the jet. So I thought I'll explain you guys why we switched from helicopter to the jet flight tomorrow. The helicopter flies under VFR, which is visual flight rules, and we need clear visibility. The cloud ceiling must be much higher, and there are very restrictive rules that you cannot fly into the cloud. Whereas the jet, it flies instrument flight rules, which is IFR, and that means we can go through the cloud, above the cloud, and fly, wherever we want. So that restricts the helicopter missions a little bit, especially because around Oslo, when we go towards Bergen, there's a lot of mountains, and when you have a low cloud ceiling, then the cloud ceiling is going into the ground, basically. So if you would be flying straight through and the ground was rising above on you, you wouldn't be able to fly over it because there's clouds and you get blocked in. So it's like a trap. And a lot of helicopter accidents happen when people are trying to push that envelope and try to go over it or around it. So what we decide to do normally is, if we go into a situation like this, we turn around and we land back in our original position. And then we change the mission. So that's what we did. So finally we decided to move the helicopter today, later in the evening, because the weather cleared up a little bit towards the south of Oslo. And we rerouted along the coastline, going to Stavanger instead of Bergen. Bergen is sitting in the mountains, and there's a lot of high ground there, so we normally tend to avoid mountain flying in this sort of weather. So we took the coastal route, and we decided that the helicopter will be positioned to Stavanger with the captain. And we made a joint decision, to let it go without me today, because we didn't know if I would make it to my meeting tomorrow or not. So we have some great news. Now, the helicopter has just made it to Stavanger, and it has been refueled for tomorrow's mission, which will be from Stavanger to the Shetland Islands, and from there to Inverness. And I will be getting on my plane tomorrow morning and then flying from Oslo here directly to Inverness, where I will meet with it. And hopefully the weather is much better, as we didn't get much great weather here in Norway. So we wanted to show you some fjords, but we couldn't do it. So next time, I hope. Bye.